7 morning sins stopping you from losing weight. You're eating clean. You're hitting the gym, but that stubborn fat just will not budge. You feel like you're doing everything right, but what if you're actually sabotaging your weight loss goals before you even have breakfast? It's a frustrating cycle that leaves so many people feeling defeated and just ready to give up. You follow the rules, you put in the work, and yet the scale barely moves. It's enough to make anyone wonder if losing weight is even in the cards for them. But the answer isn't always to eat less or exercise more. Sometimes the real secret is hiding in plain sight in the very first hour of your day. In this video, we're exposing 7 surprising morning habits. I'm talking about things like how you drink your coffee. That can mess with your fat-storing hormones and keep you from the body you deserve. We'll get into the science, but in a simple way that actually makes sense. We'll look at how these seemingly innocent habits can send the wrong signals to your body, telling it to hang on to fat instead of burning it for fuel. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear, simple plan to turn these sins into wins and transform your morning routine into a powerful fat-burning engine. Section 1, Morning Sin Number 1, starting the day with stress-inducing phone use, the first sin. And probably the most common one is grabbing your phone the second you open your eyes. Before your feet even hit the floor, you're scrolling through stressful emails, doom scrolling the news, or comparing your real life to someone's curated highlight reel on social media. It seems harmless, but you are basically committing a cardinal sin against your metabolism. Here's what's actually going on in your body. That immediate flood of information and social pressure triggers a very real stress response. This isn't just a feeling, it's a physical hormonal event. Your body releases a surge of cortisol, the famous stress hormone. Now, your body naturally produces a bit of cortisol in the morning to help you wake up and feel alert. That's normal. But when you immediately bombard your brain with stressors from your phone, you can send that response into overdrive. Chronically high cortisol is a disaster for weight loss. It signals to your body that it's in a state of emergency, a fight or flight mode. And in that state, your body thinks it needs to conserve energy to survive. This makes you hungrier, specifically triggering cravings for high-calorie, sugary foods. It's your body's ancient wiring trying to stock up on quick energy. Even worse, this hormonal state can encourage your body to store fat, especially that stubborn visceral fat around your midsection. So that 5-minute scroll is essentially sending a memo to your body. Times are tough, store fat around the belly. The solution, the fix is simple, though it does take a little discipline. Try a no phone for the first hour rule. Instead of letting the digital world dictate your hormonal state, take that first hour back. When you wake up, just take a minute. Do some deep breathing, stretch, or just look out a window. If you use your phone as an alarm, maybe switch to an old-school alarm clock to kill the temptation. This simple change helps prevent the unnecessary cortisol spike, keeping your body in a calmer, more balanced state. You're not just avoiding stress. You're retelling your hormones that it's a safe and good day to let go of stored fat.
Section 2, Morning Sin Number 2. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach. The second morning sin is one that millions of us commit every single day without a second thought. Drinking coffee is the very first thing that hits our stomach for so many people. That cup of coffee is breakfast. It feels necessary to jolt the brain into action. But while you're waking up your mind, you could be putting your body's hormonal balance on a bit of a roller coaster. So, let's break it down. We just talked about how your cortisol levels are naturally at their highest in the morning to help you wake up. When you pour caffeine, a powerful stimulant, into your system on a totally empty stomach, you can create a perfect storm for jitters, anxiety, and that awful wired but tired feeling. For some people, this added stimulation on top of the natural cortisol peak can just be too much, sending their system into a stress state. But the bigger issue for weight loss is what it does to your blood sugar. That caffeine hit can tell your body to release some blood sugar for a quick burst of energy. Since you haven't eaten anything, there's no food to buffer this response. Your body then releases insulin to deal with the sugar spike, which often leads to a crash a few hours later. This blood sugar roller coaster is what leaves you feeling tired, irritable, and, you guessed it, craving carbs and sugar to bring your energy levels back up. It creates a vicious cycle of making poor food choices later in the day. which can completely sabotage your weight loss goals. The solution. The solution is not to give up your precious coffee. It's just about changing the timing. The new rule is food first, coffee second, or, at the very least, have them together. Before you brew a cup, prioritize hydrating with a big glass of water, and then eat a balanced breakfast. By having a meal with protein and fiber before your coffee, you provide a crucial buffer. The food slows down the absorption of caffeine, giving you a much gentler, more sustained energy lift without the dramatic hormonal spike and crash. Even something small like a hard-boiled egg or a handful of nuts can make a huge difference. This simple switch helps stabilize your blood sugar and crushes those mid-morning cravings.
Section 3, morning sign number 3. Consuming a low-protein breakfast. Morning sign number 3 is a sneaky one. Eating a breakfast that's seriously lacking in protein. You might think you're being healthy with a bowl of cereal, a slice of toast, or even a fruit-heavy smoothie. But if you're skipping a solid source of protein, you're missing out on the single most important nutrient for managing your weight. Here's why protein is your secret weapon. First, it has the highest thermic effect of food. In simple terms, your body burns more calories just digesting protein compared to fats and carbs. Your body actually uses about 20 to 30% of the calories from protein just to process it. So starting your day with protein is like turning up your body's furnace for the hours ahead. Second, protein is king for satiety, that feeling of being full and satisfied. It dials down your hunger hormone, ghrelin, and ramps up the hormones that tell your brain you're full. A high-protein breakfast keeps you satisfied for hours, which drastically reduces the urge to snack on junk food mid-morning. When you kick off your day with a carb-heavy meal like a muffin, you get a quick energy spike, then a crash that leaves you hungry again in no time. And it's not just about hunger. Preserving muscle is key when you're losing weight because muscle burns more calories at rest than fat does. Protein is what feeds your muscles. The solution? The fix is to make protein the star of your breakfast plate. Aim for around 25 to 30 grams. That might sound like a lot, but it's totally doable. Swap that sugary cereal for a 3-egg omelet with veggies. If you love smoothies, make sure you're adding a good scoop of protein powder, Greek yogurt, or cottage cheese. A bowl of Greek yogurt with berries and nuts is another fantastic, high-protein option. By front-loading your day with protein, you'll boost your metabolism, control cravings, and give your body the building blocks it needs to maintain that precious fat-burning muscle.
Section 4, morning sin number 4. Relying on processed convenience breakfast. The fourth morning sin is falling for the temptation of so-called convenience breakfasts in our crazy busy lives. It's easy to grab a prepackaged breakfast sandwich, a sugary granola bar, or a packet of flavored instant oatmeal. These things are marketed as quick fixes, but they're often packed with ingredients that are secretly at war with your metabolism. Let's pull back the curtain on these foods. First off, they are often absolute salt bombs. A single frozen breakfast burrito can have a huge chunk of your daily sodium limit, which leads to bloating and water retention. But the problems go deeper. They're typically loaded with hidden sugars, refined carbs, and unhealthy fats that send your blood sugar on that same chaotic ride we talked about. Even worse, many contain artificial sweeteners, preservatives, and other additives that can promote inflammation and mess with your gut microbiome. And a disrupted gut is directly linked to weight issues, because the bacteria in your gut are critical for how you regulate appetite and store fat. One fascinating study found that when people ate a diet of ultra-processed foods, they ate about 500 more calories per day and gained more weight than when they ate whole foods, even when the meals were matched for things like calories and sugar. It seems the very nature of these foods makes you overeat. The solution here is to embrace a little bit of planning. Meal prep is your absolute best friend. On the weekend, boil a batch of eggs for a quick grab-and-go option, or make some egg muffins by baking eggs and veggies in a muffin tin. They're easy to reheat. Overnight oats are another lifesaver. Just mix rolled oats, Greek yogurt, and chia seeds the night before, and breakfast is waiting for you in the fridge. If you're really in a pinch, go for simple whole foods. A handful of almonds and an apple, or a container of plain Greek yogurt, are always better choices. Ditching the packages for real food will reduce inflammation, support your gut, and give your body what it actually needs to burn fat.
Section 5, Morning Sin Number 5, Hiding from Morning Sunlight. This next sin is one most people have no idea they recommitting, staying in the dark and avoiding natural sunlight in the morning. Many of us wake up in a dark room, shuffle through an artificially lit house, get in our car and drive to an artificially lit office, getting almost no real sunlight. This habit seems trivial, but it can actually desync your body's internal clock and slow down your fat-burning potential. The science here is all about our circadian rhythms, our 24-hour internal body clock that controls our sleep, hormones, and, you guessed it, our metabolism. Morning sunlight is the most powerful signal for setting this clock. When light hits your eyes shortly after you wake up, it sends a clear message to your brain. The day has started. This helps your hormones like cortisol and melatonin follow their natural, healthy rhythm. A sync-up circadian rhythm is vital for an efficient metabolism. Research from Northwestern University discovered that people who got most of their sun exposure in the morning had a lower BMI than people who got their light later in the day, and this was independent of what they ate or how much they exercised. The study suggested that just 20 to 30 minutes of morning light is enough to make a difference. When you don't get that light, your internal clock gets confused, which can alter your metabolism in a way that encourages weight gain. It can even mess with your appetite hormones, potentially making you feel hungrier all day. The fix is simple and honestly pretty enjoyable. Just make a real effort to get some natural sunlight within the first hour or two of waking up. You don't have to go for a 5-mile run. Just open your curtains and blinds as soon as you get up. Eat your breakfast near a sunny window. Better yet, step outside for 10 to 15 minutes. Drink your morning water on the porch. Take the dog for a quick walk. The key is to let that natural light hit your eyes. It's a free, effortless way to tell your body it's time to wake up and start burning energy.
Section 6, Morning Sin Number 6, Eating Mindlessly and Too Quickly. The sixth morning sin is all about how you eat. It's the habit of eating your breakfast on autopilot while you're distracted. This is you shoveling down cereal while scrolling on your phone, eating a bagel while driving to work, or chomping on a protein bar while watching the news. Even if you're eating the right things, you're preventing your brain from actually registering that you've eaten, which can lead to overeating later. Here is how it works. There is a delay in the communication between your gut and your brain. It takes time for your stomach to send the "I'm full" signal. When you eat too fast or while you're distracted, your brain misses the memo. It doesn't fully process the experience of eating, the taste, the texture, the smell. As a result, you don't feel satisfied. You might be physically full, but because your brain didn't get the message, you don't feel full. This lack of satisfaction is a huge trigger for overeating. If your brain barely noticed breakfast, you're far more likely to go looking for a snack an hour later, or eat a much bigger lunch than you need. Research consistently shows that practicing mindful eating slowly and without distraction is a powerful tool for weight management. It helps you get back in tune with your body's real hunger and fullness signals. The solution is to carve out just 10 minutes for a mindful breakfast. Create a dedicated, distraction-free zone. That means phone down, TV off, sitting at a table. Before you take a bite, just look at your food. Notice the colors. Smell it when you eat. Chew slowly. Try to taste all the different flavors. Put your fork down between bites. This gives your brain the time it needs to catch up with your stomach. You'll probably find that you feel more satisfied with less food, and that feeling will last longer. It turns breakfast from a rush chore into a calming ritual.
Section 7, Morning Sin Number 7, Neglecting hydration before anything else. The final morning sin is the most fundamental of all, forgetting to hydrate with water before you do anything else. So many people wake up and immediately reach for coffee or food, ignoring the fact that their body is already dehydrated from a long night of sleep. This simple mistake can put a drag on your metabolism before your day even gets going. Think about it, after 7 or 8 hours of sleep with no water intake, your body is naturally in a dehydrated state. You lose water just by breathing. Starting your day this way is a form of stress on your system. If your first move is to down a coffee, which is a diuretic, you can make it even worse. Every single process in your body, including burning fat for energy, needs water to run smoothly. When you're dehydrated, everything gets a little more sluggish. While it's not a magic bullet, staying properly hydrated supports an efficient metabolism. Hydration also plays a huge role in appetite control. The brain often mistakes thirst signals for hunger signals. You might think you're hungry when all your body really wants is water. Drinking a large glass or two of water first thing can help you figure out if you are truly hungry. Plus, water helps fill up your stomach, which can lead you to eat less at breakfast. It's a simple trick, but studies show that people who drink water before a meal often eat less and are more successful with weight loss over time. The solution? This fix couldn't be simpler. Make drinking a big glass of water the very first thing you do when you wake up. Before your feet hit the floor, or at least before anything else passes your lips, drink 16 to 20 ounces. Keep a water bottle on your nightstand to make it ridiculously easy. Think of it as an internal shower that wakes up your system and gets it ready for the day. You can add a squeeze of lemon if you like. This habit costs nothing, takes a minute, and sets a positive chain reaction in motion for all your other weight loss efforts. Alright, let's do a quick recap of the 7 morning sins that might be holding you back. Number 1. Starting your day with phone-induced stress. Number 2. Drinking coffee on a totally empty stomach. Number 3. Eating a wimpy, low-protein breakfast. Number 4. Relying on processed, packaged breakfast foods. Number 5. Hiding from morning sunlight. Number 6. Eating mindlessly while you're distracted. And number 7. Forgetting to hydrate with water before anything else. Now you know. You have the simple, actionable solutions to turn your mornings from a fat-storing problem into a fat-burning powerhouse. These aren't huge, punishing changes. They're small, smart shifts that work with your body, not against it. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 7 sins are you most guilty of? Drop a comment below. It's always powerful to see you're not the only one. And if you found this video helpful and you're ready to make your mornings work for you, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more science-backed tips. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.